This morning, you've got time for a hot home-cooked breakfast. Delicious and piping hot in only 3 microwave minutes.
Are you kidding?
Yo, pretty packages of Frosted Delights.
Look, it comes with a toy. I like that. I want a number 4, number 6, and throw in the plastic donut.
Just enjoy the gritty crunch. It tastes just like chicken.
So now this is a pretty big crowd, which is nice because we got me, Armstrong, Swede, and Rocky.
I'm
Hello,
delicious
everybody.
and nutritious.
You're what?
I'm delicious and nutritious.
Delicious.
Nice and clean, no caffeine.
So is this thing we're just gonna shot off?
Delicious and piping hot in only 3 microwave minutes.
Yes, great song. Brilliant song.
Are you kidding?
The only one I can think of is Hot Pockets. Delicious.
Oh, pretty packages of Frosted Delights. Oh, it comes with a toy. I like that.
Okay, so we're behind.
Okay, so Superfast Jellyfish is the intro music for this episode, by the way.
Yeah,
Out of curiosity,
pretty much so.
do you guys in the States still get Kinder Surprise?
I don't think so.
We haven't ever had those.
Wait, really? I thought you guys did.
No, because it's a choking hazard.
Okay, because that's really stupid. Because up here in Canada, we still have Kinder Surprise. Except, you know what's really dumb now?
We don't get Cadbury over here. Well, real Cadbury.
The toys, you don't even assemble the toys anymore. They already come there, and they're just like a miniature model thing.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it used to be you could actually assemble toys and shit like that. Not anymore.
You're misunderestimating how many people will just shove entire things into their mouth.
Yeah.
And then try to sue people.
Yeah. Well, wasn't the big controversy with, what was it, the Stretch Armstrong, was that people, like, they would open them up and they would eat the glue or, like, the gel inside or whatever?
Yeah, but the thing is you could actually eat that gel because it was, like, some sort of, like, weird sugar compound.
Yeah, and it was delicious.
Like, it wasn't toxic. It was actually fine.
Sucrose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was still fucking weird.
Yeah.
So, do Americans just eat everything, then?
Well, yeah, I mean, look at our obesity rates. I think that
Have
would
you
tell
seen Mississippi?
Eh,
Oh, boy.
mm,
Do you guys remember that new
I feel like
Suda51 game?
whatever.
Let It Die?
Let It Die?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Still coming this year, according to...
Does anyone know what that's about, or no?
It's
Fighting game
okay,
or something?
They actually released gameplay footage for it.
It's like free to play, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what doesn't make sense about it. It's a free-to-play game, but they haven't really explained what the hell that's supposed to mean.
It's almost Diablo-like.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Remember there was some weird trailer, like, 2 years ago at E3?
Yeah, that trailer did not sell me on it, despite the fact that it was Suda51. But this new gameplay was actually, I could see myself trying it out.
Well, to be
The
honest,
game
the fact that
was-
it's Suda51 really didn't sell me on the game
Fair
at
enough.
all.
If you don't
Gameplay
like
was
Suda51,
fine, but-
then there's not a chance that any of his new projects will convince you to like Suda51.
See, the funny thing is, like, his problem isn't his content. It's honestly just, like, his content, I think, is, like, no more weirder than anything else out there. It's just that I find his more recent works tend to taper off towards the tail end and kind of lose interest after a while.
He's the Tim Burton of video games.
Like, that's kind of what happened in Shadows of the Damned, where, like, it starts off with a lot of energy, but then really kind of tapers out towards the end.
Same with Lollipop Chainsaw.
Yeah, they're good games, but yeah, I see what you guys mean. Yeah, they.
Why are you guys neglecting to mention the innovative creation that was Gigolo Vision in Killer is Dead?
I actually have Killer is Dead. It's not the worst, but you really have to be into the style that it's all about, because otherwise the gameplay is kind of really substandard. And, like, even more so compared to his other stuff.
It was like the most Suda51 game.
But that's the weird thing about it, which is Suda51 was just the story writer on it. He wasn't actually the game director.
Right.
And this is kind of the weird thing with a lot of Grasshopper manufacturer games. You can't tell how many of these games actually have Suda51 as the director.
So he's the Tom Clancy of Japan?
Kind of, yeah. Like, his name's sort of thrown all over the place, and he may have writing credits, but how much
It's only
is that?
that he actually did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So apparently, y'all know Supergiant Games, right?
Yep.
Yep.
You know, Bastion, Transistor, and all that shit.
Uh-huh.
Amazing games.
Yes, they do, and they're making another one apparently called Pyre. I hope I actually pronounced that right.
Is that P-Y-R-E?
Yeah, Pyre. Yeah, it's that kind of stuff.
At
So
least you didn't
apparently,
say.
wait, what?
At least you didn't say like pure or something like that.
Yeah.
Now for the new game, Pyre.
So apparently the story is about you being brought back from the brink of death by several masked wanderers, and you seek to learn the truth about the rites. A competition, and yeah. And apparently, like, as usual, like, these guys seem to have, when it comes to their games, like, they don't really seem to do the same thing, like, the same gameplay.
No, like this looks more. It looks like it's a weird combination of turn-based like RPG, but almost as if it's done on a sports field.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Looks
it's
like
not.
being-
Because that was one of the things about Transistor I wasn't too... Like, I got what they were going for. With, like,
Yeah.
let's move... You can move around freely, but it's still kind of turn-based. I didn't really like that much. I kind of preferred the do what you want, like Bastion had.
Same.
Had.
Yeah, because with Transistor, it felt kind of restrictive when it went down to that.
Well, I didn't even know if it was restrictive so much. It was just, I'm not into that type of game.
The problem was it was a system. It was an interesting system, but then there was the whole thing where the programs would break if you died.
Yeah.
And the problem is then it kind of locked out what you could do for the next little bit, which was fine. But the only way they would come back is if you went through battles, and there were only a limited number of battles. So
Yeah. So if you were bad at the game, you kind of were screwed.
it feels like I guess you could do the trials, and that would be okay.
It feels like in Transistor that they didn't, like the game wasn't finished. It still felt like it was a complete story, and it had a start and a finish and a kind of a middle, but it felt like there was content that wasn't there. Like it should have been longer. It was a pretty short game.
Relative to Bastion, yeah. I think I preferred Transistor's style over Bastion, but Bastion did feel like the more complete game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. God, no, I want to go back to Bastion now. That was a fun game.
I mean,
I think I'm also one of the few people that I like Bastion's music, but I think I'm one of the few people that prefers Transistor's music over Bastion.
Yeah, I really love
Actually,
Transistor.
let me rephrase that. I think I prefer the way the music is put in Transistor.
What do you mean?
Because they have that whole thing where like music changes depending on if you're paused, if you're in action. Then they even have like sing and hum parts, and it like changes. It's adapted, like it actually changes to what's going on. And I think I preferred the way it was done in Transistor over Bastion. It's still fun. Yeah.
Right. All right. Anything else?
nope.
All right.
No.
You guys remember Guacamelee?
Of course, indeed.
Yes, I do.
Their new follow-up games, Severed, which is a Vita exclusive.
Oh, God.
Yeah, coming out April 26th, so it comes out Tuesday. If you still have a Vita and you're like, man, I haven't had a new Vita game in a while, Severed.
Wasn't this supposed to come out years ago?
Yep. Well, 2 years ago. I think it was announced like 3 or 4 years ago, and it's just finally coming out.
What is the game?
After the,
It's swipe-based combat, so it's using the touchscreen.
This sounds like an
Really?
iPhone game.
Yeah, I was just saying, it sounds like a phone game. It sounds like, what's that, like those tapping games. You know what I'm talking about?
like Fruit Ninja or whatever.
Yeah, or Fruit Ninja or something, yeah.
Well, actually, there is a swiping combat game on the iPhones that did work. It was essentially just Punch Out on iPhone, except it was like Swords and Shield, Infinity Blade.
Oh, is that what
Oh,
Infinity
yeah.
Blade was?
It was essentially just Punch Out, except you just, we're doing it with Swords and Shield instead.
Why did they make a movie out of that?
I don't know.
Jesus.
They're making
I'm
movies
thinking of
out of weird
I'm
shit.
thinking of Heavenly Sword.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, no. Very different.
Right. Yeah.
They're making movies out of weird things nowadays. Like the emoji thing, Angry Birds, and all that.
No, the reason they're making the emoji movies because fucking the Lego movie.
Yeah.
And then there's the Sausage Fest movie.
Well, That's just more of a Seth Rogen's like, hey, I've got a shit ton of money, and I'm making money.
I gotta get my weed money for Tuesday.
Why was Seth Rogen black when you just did his impression there?
Because in my mind, I think Seth Rogen curses his whiteness and wish he was born black.
I don't know, dude. He's like an overweight Jewish Canadian. Nothing about him screams like, man, this guy wants to be black.
Okay, let me clarify. It's not that he curses his whiteness; it's that he curses his Jewishness.
I have no idea where you're going with this one, man.
Yeah, let's...
Self-hating Jews? Come on. You don't know that's a thing?
No. No, I did not.
I feel like the one white supremacist in the group right now.
Because you are the one white supremacist.
Yeah, I know. It's
Can't be a white supremacist.
And he's sick of being persecuted.
Okay. So apparently, so we all love Dark Souls. We all love Dark Souls 1, I'm assuming.
No, I hate all Dark Souls games.
The only good Dark Souls game was Dark Souls 2, okay?
Yeah. Game of the year.
The only
Game
good
of the year
Dark
every
Souls
year.
game was Lords of the Fallen.
Oh, that's even better.
Hey, no, that's too far, man. Taking the joke too far.
Okay. So, apparently, Dark Souls, the Prepare to Die edition, multiplayer has been down. A thread on the Bandai Namco boards, and apparently a Reddit thread was talking about how the online components for Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition have not been working for the
On
past
the
6
PC.
days. Yeah, on the
Oh,
PC.
no, wait, the original. I thought you were talking about Dark Souls 3.
Yeah. So apparently the cause right now is currently unknown, and there's nothing updated. And this came out April 18th, so yeah, no one knows so far. The cause is unknown, but apparently people are thinking that it's a change in the configuration relating to the online components. And I'm hoping it works, but some people were joking that it was like, oh yeah, as soon as Dark Souls 3 came out, they just shut off the multiplayer.
Do keep in mind that when Demon Souls was dying down in popularity, they were talking about shutting down the servers for that as well. And eventually, the multiplayer would be dead. And I think the only reason they even kept it up was because some company came in and was like, no, you know what, we'll keep it up. We'll still cover the costs. So it is possible Namco Bandai is just you know what, are people still playing the multiplayer of this? I don't know. Maybe just shut down the servers?
Yeah, but that is the problem, though, with the Dark Souls, that, the co-op is so intertwined.
Kind of, but then again, I went through Dark Souls 1 mostly solo.
Yeah. Well, for, certain things, Solaris, you can't really do unless, you open up the Quelaag Sisters, hidden door, and you gotta offer him, this many things.
Yeah, but that doesn't require multiplayer.
But it makes it easier. Whatever.
Not really. Once you got... The thing is, once you had humanity, and then we're just farming the rats down in the sewers, you were fine with humanity. If anything, that was much simpler than constantly doing multiplayer.
I guess. But, yeah, so... There's been, no update on this. No one's actually said anything. Not even... the only response has been Namco saying, oh yeah, we're looking into it.
I just checked the Dark Souls 1 subreddit, and they said some people are saying that they're able to connect, but a lot of others are still saying that they haven't been able to. So, seems the problem is still persisting as recording this on April 23rd.
The 23rd, yeah.
Don't let them know when we're recording, man.
They always know when I'm recording. I've said, oh yeah, we do it Sundays and shit. And people are just trying to figure it out. Or yeah, Saturday, sorry.
This is the day we learned Orion has been in Australia the entire time.
Never in the U.S.
This is just the way he's been trying to perfect his American accent. By doing a podcast with one American, a Canadian, and
a British man, yeah. So it hasn't really been working out. I've been switching from American to British to Australian over and over again.
So there was a new trademark for another Katamari game filed in Europe. Amazing Katamari Damacy, which everyone remembers. Katamari Damacy was the original Katamari game. So maybe is this going to be like an updated version of the original? Is it going to be like a?
It's funny you bring that up because there's a story of something similar with a very different game though, where they were finally trademarked in Europe as well for Kinetica, the PS2 game.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So maybe people are thinking, like, oh, are they doing another thing where it's like they're doing it for, like, PS2 games on PS4?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I just bought the original Max Payne on PS4. Yeah, yes, that would actually make more sense.
I'd be really excited for either Katamari or Kinetica on PS4.
Yeah, I want to play the Katamari game.
I never got the chance to play Katamari. I've always been interested in it. And then Kinetica, hard as balls, but really good racer.
Alright. It was also the story about how the lead world designer for Diablo 3 left Blizzard and has joined Obsidian.
I was just about to. I was going to
people
talk
are
about
joining Obsidian nowadays.
Yeah.
They have a good mental program.
Yeah. Who's that guy's name? Leonard
Boyarsky.
Yeah. Thank you. There was no way I was going to be able to.
He was also the art director on the original Fallout.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much the person responsible for Fallout looking the way it was.
Yes.
Way it was.
Nice.
Way it does.
So well, no, it's like, he's a veteran of this stuff. He's a veteran of our RPG thing. He's been around for a long time.
That's what it seems to be like. All the people who've been with studios for years, they were leaving and I'm joining Obsidian. They all seem to be like old veterans.
Yeah, we're tired of this shit.
Well, they probably come from a very same sense of sensibility. So it's like, yeah, if we still feel the same way, why not just get together? And if our current employers aren't interested in making stuff we were used to be interested in making, yeah, why not?
Yeah, and that's just making me more interested in Obsidian because Obsidian, they did decent games, but they always seem to do the games that no one else wanted to do, like the sequels to games no one else wanted to do. And hey,
it was their jam for a while.
Oh hell yeah! And now with the whole South Park game, they're moving on up.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe they're just getting all these old RPG veterans just for the best South Park RPG you could ever make.
Well, I wasn't saying that, but I was saying ever since South Park, they seem to be getting new people in more and more, and they seem to be moving on up and all that. So yeah. Whatever they're doing, I hope it's good. They are doing the second South Park game, right? Or is that another studio?
No. Oh, wait, no. I'll look it up.
Fractured Butthole, right?
Yeah. Fractured Butthole.
I see what they did there.
Oh my god, it's brilliant. Such a play on words.
It says Obsidian and... Yeah, Obsidian still.
Okay.
No, wait, that's the Stick of Truth. God damn it, where's the Wikipedia article for the Fractured Butthole?
It doesn't exist.
The Fractured Butthole.
This is not professional.
Who was that one wrestler who tore his butthole open?
What?
What?
Have you not heard this story before?
No.
I think he was by X-Pac. I think his name is X-Pac, but he has an actual name. But yeah, he had this move where he would jump towards someone, basically ass first.
Ubisoft San Francisco is being developed by.
Fractured Buttholes. Ubisoft San Francisco.
What other games have they made?
I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's probably just some subsidiary that Ubisoft gave a name to, and it's you do this now.
Yeah, you do this shit now.
How much coffee did you get us the other day? All right, you can have a studio.
We want to talk about the Rockstar thing.
What Rockstar thing?
The leak you guys were...
the Leslie Benzies thing.
I don't know
what this is.
Sure, go ahead. I don't know what you're talking about when it comes to that.
Okay, so the former president of Rockstar North, Leslie Benzies, who I think we reported on a while ago that he had left the company after a long sabbatical.
Oh, this guy.
He was after GTA 5 came out, reportedly, they told him, hey, I'll take a break. You earned it. And then when he came back, his keycard didn't work, and they wouldn't let him in the studio, saying he was fired. And so now he is suing Rockstar for $150 million in unpaid royalties for GTA 5.
Well,
Nobody really knows it's all a matter of, because the Hauser brothers are both saying, well, he did this, and this is why I fired him. And he's saying, well, no, this is why. So we pretty much just have to wait till this goes into court, and then all of it comes out through legal documents. But interesting that one of the three people, basically, I don't know the exact how Rockstar is structured or who's at the top or who's at the bottom. But they made it seem like the three people that are in charge, the Hauser brothers and him, that he's gone now and they're in charge, and he's like, they fucked me, give me money.
That is kind of a dick move where it's like 1 minute you go, oh yeah, take a vacation, you'll be fine and all that, and then it's like, nope, fuck off.
According to him.
Permanent vacation.
And if that is true, that is very shitty.
Right. This is, it's kind of more of a, this is going to get interesting down the line. Right now, it's just like sowing the seeds for what is potentially an onslaught of interesting to come.
Yeah.
And then there was also, this is the last story I have from the past week. I don't know about Ryan.
Yeah.
Fable Legends has officially been shut down. They canceled the game. And
really?
They canceled it, and it was still running. Like, people could still play the beta for a while, but it's officially gone now. No more Fable Legends.
What was even the gameplay for Fable Legends again? Was that the one where you were
like the Dungeon Master one? But you had like one person was in charge of the like the monsters, and you had like the 4 heroes.
They could like spring traps and like
drop. Was that really going to be a surprise to anyone at all?
Yeah, just kind of a
whatsoever.
Well, Fable's been some like reanimated corpse of its former glory for years now. So.
In other news, all Lionhead employees now join Pierre Molyneux for his game that is yet to be released.
Godus.
See, I thought you were gonna say for that Suicide Pact.
What?
They're all gonna join for that Suicide Pact because, what the fuck else has he done? Peter Molyneux.
Well, I want Peter Molyneux to make. I want Peter Molyneux to make another black or white game.
Yeah, I was gonna say Black and White, Dungeon Keeper. There was one other series he made back in the day. I'm trying to remember now. No, I'm forgetting, but he has done other stuff. Yeah, it's not like Fables was his only thing.
He did that Cube thing.
Fables,
well, it's but what has he done besides Fables in recent memory?
Godus.
And
so,
he hasn't done Godus. He is doing Godus because the game hasn't actually come out yet.
Yeah. So until then, he hasn't done anything.
Well,
yeah.
There's a big controversy where there was that weird, stupid cube thing they were talking about. It's like, and you can just click, and if you click, you get rid of a cube. You can pay money to get something that gets rid of more cubes, and then at the end of it, one person will see a special video that will be life changing, but only they will see it. And then it just turned out like it was the announcement for Godus.
Yeah, the guy won, and he never got his reward thing.
No, I think he did, but what he got was, oh yeah, by the way, you get to see this video that also everyone else is going to see when inevitably comes time for it.
All right then, that's more talk about Peter Molyneux than anyone should have on any occasion.
Yeah, his career went through a nosedive. At least when it came to relevancy.
Well, because no one would shut him up.
So since this week was PAX East, there was kind of a big glut of stories that burst out. So do you want to just kind of run through this?
Yeah.
Unless you had something specific you wanted to get.
Oh, no, I was just going to talk about Insomniac, and then I was going to talk about...
yeah, that's what I was going to...
Yeah, like certain people resigning and the PlayStation 4 and everything. But yeah, let's go with the PAX stuff.
All right. He kind of mentioned it before. PAX East is happening, so Insomniac came out and announced 3 new games.
Yeah. And 2 of them are on the VR, aren't they?
Yeah, strangely. The first one is The Unspoken, which is a first-person spellcasting multiplayer game that has people fighting in, quote, urban magical world.
Urban magical world, huh?
Right. And it's set for a holiday 2016 release.
Please don't tell me this is going to end up being like that BioWare game.
See, that was the first thought I heard when I heard urban.
Yeah.
Urban.
Shadow Realms, was that what that was
No,
called?
not Shadow Realms. What was it? Was it Shadow Realms?
I'm pretty sure it was because it was a very generic shadow name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Shadow Realms. Yeah. Isn't there another urban that's also called Shadow Realms, but it's been around for much, much longer.
Shadowrun?
Shadowrun, yeah. Correct, yeah, wow.
That's more cyberpunk than anything else.
And then there was this game on the PS1 called Shadow Man.
What's up with urban, just urban things having their name being Shadow something Shadow?
Like dark, edgy.
Or
like
The Dark, yeah. What was it? That shitty vampire third-person game, what was it? It called, The Dark or whatever.
No, it was just Dark.
Yeah, it was
just
called Dark, okay.
Geralt of Rivia's less, I think that was a low point in that voice actor's career.
Was that the same person?
Yeah, it was. I forget the actual voice actor's name, but it was quite clear that was Geralt of Rivia. It's The Witcher isn't on right now, so may as well do some stupid vampire game.
See, that would have been cool if it turns out The Dark, or whatever, Dark. Fucking stupid people making stupid titles.
But, and the worst part was the guy kept on saying his name was the name Bane, Eric Bane.
Bane! But he didn't do it in Bane! He didn't do it in that voice? Because then at least it would have been funnier.
No, I think it's funny with him just going I'm just Eric Bane.
Bane. I'm gonna kill Batman.
Okay. So there was that previously announced Oculus exclusive VR Insomniac game called Edge of Nowhere, which is a Lovecraft-inspired adventure, and it's coming to Oculus Rift on June 6th. It's a third-person horror adventure game with unique experience for virtual reality.
Third-person Oculus Rift game.
So hold on. So you said it's Oculus Rift exclusive. So does that mean it's also PC exclusive then, or?
Presumably.
See, horror?
But we've already seen that people have already figured out how to hack Oculus Rift games so that they work on the Vive. So
okay, well, that wasn't my question. It was more of a question of what platforms it was going to appear on, storefronts and shit like that.
Fair enough.
So
I think horror is the best way to use the VR stuff. I think that's the.
Well, we were discussing this a while ago. I think when at one point they were discussing even doing it for Silent Hills when that was still a thing. Now I think the thing we had talked about was you could probably use it in a weird way where, depending on how you did the sound for it, you could probably have it where it's you play a sound and you make the person think that's a sound that's not coming from the game, it's coming from outside, so they have to take off the headset. Realize nothing's there, but then when they put it back on, it's different now.
Yeah. There was a thing, it was several years ago, I think it was 2-3 years before the Oculus Rift, and it was this game where you would tie, you get these pair of headphones and you would tie this thing behind your eyes and everything, and it would blind you, and it would play this really creepy shit, and it would make it so where it's the scenario of the game, and I'm using finger quotes here, was that you were trapped underwater, and you would just hear this really weird shit and everything. And
I think Jeff was talking about this once.
Yeah, he was talking years ago, long time.
But
I think it was during the loading bomb.
Sonar to figure out there was something underwater, and you're basically using sonar where the was and shoot it down.
Yeah, and stuff like that. That's interesting. Especially if we were able to bring it into VR.
All right.
Yeah.
There was also one more Insomniac VR game. Yeah, Insomniac's kind of jumping headfirst into VR.
Oh, I thought they were only doing 2. I didn't know.
Nope, there's a third one.
Okay.
Feral Rights, which is a adventure brawler and another third-person one.
Sorry, what was that name called again?
Feral Rights.
This sounds like a zoo advocacy group right there. I'm just going to say that right now.
Feral Rights.
Takes place on an island that was once peaceful, where the leader is murdered, sending the island into a tailspin. The brief gameplay show looks pretty action and combat oriented. You can play as male or female character. Coming out this fall.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all the Insomniac thing, other than I think Song of the Deep got which was that game.
It's the GameStop produced. Which, I guess GameStop is saying they also have, like, 3 other games now under their production title.
Well, yeah, that was one of the other things, is GameStop has launched a publishing label called Game Trust, which they have studios being made from, games being made from Insomniac, Ready at Dawn, which are the people who made The Order 1886.
Oh, God.
Frozen Byte.
They also did didn't Ready at Dawn also do the PSP God of War games?
Probably.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Frozen Byte are the people who made the Trine games, and Tequila Works are the people who made Deadlight and Rhyme. Yeah, GameStop getting into publishing. Let's see how that goes.
Can't GameStop just go away?
They are. That's why they're getting into publishing.
I know, but can they just go away now instead of trying to flout
I'll
around?
be honest, I don't really care about GameStop as much as you guys fucking bemoan about it.
I don't.
Yeah, we don't even have GameStop in this country.
It's just one of those things where it's like,
guys have games.
honestly, you know what? I wouldn't dislike it or be annoyed with it as much if it was like they didn't try and shove those goddamn strategy guides all the time.
See, you say that, I've never been bugged about that before.
I guess maybe it's just an American thing or something. Maybe it's just in America, but yeah,
I went to
been on that
GameStop yesterday and to pick up some PSN credit, and they didn't ask me about anything. I was just like, hey, well, how are you going? In fact, they didn't even ask me about pre-order or anything. I was the one who was like, hey, while I'm here, I'll throw in an Overwatch pre-order. They didn't say shit to me. So, I guess it's just the GameStop you go to.
Yeah. Sorry, but I was actually, I wanted to try and say, and I was just curious, you guys know the Ratchet and Clank movie's coming out. Are you guys actually interested in even watching that?
Not really.
I'd have to see more about the movie.
Yeah. Same.
Apparently the game that just came out is actually pretty decent. Haven't played it yet myself, though.
Yeah, it's only $40.
Which is like, hey, yeah, that's not bad.
That being said, I've already figured out the game I'm probably going to play right after I beat Dark Souls 3.
Oh, yeah, what is it?
Well, because I ended up because I had some, so I'm not sure if you guys have this with your credit cards, like where you accumulate points that you can basically just use for whatever.
Yeah.
Usually most people use them for airfare. But it occurred to me, I'm not going to be using this for airfare, like, anytime soon. By the time I even get it to a level where I could even use it for airfare, it's just like, this is way too much of a fucking hassle. I'll just use it for something else. So I just used it to buy some stuff. Ended up getting a 32 gig PS Vita stick, and also ended up getting like one of the Senran games for like PS4. So that's basically maybe my thing for a bit. Yeah, I said I'm going to be looking at anime titties after this. So what of it?
I ain't gonna judge.
Wait, what game is Senran?
Yeah, Senran Kagura. Like it's one of those things where it's like if you've heard of it, you probably know what it is. It's just basically.
Isn't it the one where the girls are ninjas or something?
Yes.
Okay, it's one of those games.
Yeah, and like literally, you could take their heads off and like put them on any other body, and they would look exactly alike.
I guess I don't know. I haven't actually played the game yet. I just heard really good things from my boss and from my friend about it. So
honestly, I did. What is it? Senran Gakura was it Estival Versus or whatever?
You know what? This is taking a while, anyways. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I heard good things about those games. Honestly,
the game makes use of the stereoscopic 3D feature on the Nintendo 3DS for some of its erotic elements.
Yeah.
I'm just going by the Wikipedia page, dude.
Oh boy.
Okay. World of Warcraft Legion got a release date.
And who cares?
August 30th. Yep. Still
speaking
playing
of,
WoW.
but to speak of, and apparently Mafia 3 is also, apparently it's coming out October 7th. And have any of you guys actually liked the play?
I've never played it.
Fuck yes, I have. I love Mafia 2.
That new trailer, dude, that looks pretty hot.
See, I wasn't a big fan of Mafia 2. There was not a lot to do, and it was kind of.
It had this absolutely incredible story, though, and the shooting was great. I mean, sure, the open world was completely pointless, but the story was it was too good.
Yeah, well, I hope I actually like this one more than I did Mafia 2.
This one's looking pretty interesting.
Yeah. And, hey, it's always nice to have somewhere else that's not just, New York or, like, Chicago or whatever.
Right.
Because those are always, like, New York is always the one. Or it's a parody of New York or whatever.
Or LA.
Or LA, yeah. Those are the two. And then every now and then you get Chicago. Very rarely. But you get Chicago. But, yeah, we don't get a lot of New Orleans. What was, like, the last one? It was Infamous 2, wasn't it? That was like a parody of LA. Or not LA, of New Orleans.
You can even
the one in Infamous 2 was a parody of Seattle.
That was Infamous.
That was Second Son.
Oh, Second Son, sorry.
Yeah,
not
Infamous 2 was the one that was, what did they call it? New Moray. That was the thing they called it. Yeah. Never gone to New Orleans.
I have no reason to.
There is a house in New Orleans.
Yes, we know the song.
What song is this?
Good lord. Okay.
Can we ban?
I'm not trying to be a dick here. I honestly don't know what the fucking song you're
House
talking
of the
about.
Rising Sun.
Rising Suns?
Turn this mic off.
Why the fuck would I listen to Clapton?
What?
That's Eric.
Fucking idiot.
It's Eric Burden, you fucking troglodyte.
Retard.
Arkham Knight HD collection.
It's nice I'm not the one that's fucking things up for once.
It's apparently going to include Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City with all the DLC. Go fuck yourself, Arkham Origins. Is scheduled for a PS4 and Xbox One release on June 10th, and this was a leaked thing which hasn't been confirmed yet, but...
If it's true, it's also going to have all the DLC.
GameStop leaked it, so...
Yeah. And
it's got a PEGI listing, so it's essentially confirmed.
It is kind of weird that it's getting an HD collection, because, like, if you go back, I mean, there's not really much... I mean, it still looks great. I mean, it's not really outdated. You know what I mean?
Isn't there kind of following on from that, isn't there a Bioshock collection coming out as well?
I didn't hear anything about that, but I would say Bioshock 1 definitely deserves...
Yeah, that was one of those other things that, like, a foreign ratings board had listed it, but nothing's been announced yet, so probably E3.
Yeah, Bioshock 1 is one of those that definitely does deserve an HD, because, yeah, it is... That is definitely seen its wear and tear, because... When did that come out? 2006?
2007, I think.
2007. 1 year off.
Well, it came out on the Xbox a year before it came out on PS3, so...
Yeah.
That was 2 years before it came out on PS3.
Oh, 2 years.
So...
Yeah, because there's a while between the two releases, I remember that. At least it felt like a while.
Back...
2007.
So, other things that have been announced or have been delayed. So, apparently Mirror's Edge Catalyst has been delayed.
Like 2 more weeks.
Yeah, by like 2 more weeks.
It was coming out in May, now it's coming out in June.
I think if it's like, whenever there's something...
June 7th.
Oh, it's June 7th? Okay, yeah. I think whenever there's something that's popular, a video game that's going to be popular or is going to be like a big thing that year, you can pretty much guarantee that, it's going to be pushed back.
Mm.
Well, if you have a lot of money right now on the project, too, you'd want to make sure that everything's good to go when it ships out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So I got like a couple more things, and it's about the PlayStation 4.5.
You mean the Neo?
The Neo, yeah. I kind of hope that whenever you turn that thing on, it just goes, whoa.
He is the one.
Yeah.
He starts playing that music from the shootout or whatever.
Yeah. Should I actually talk about the specs of this, or should we just say, yeah, it's called the Neo?
Go for it, dude. I won't understand them, but...
I won't either. Yeah, I'll barely understand it, but anyone that actually listens to this that gets that...
Can I say this right off the bat? I'm not sure if you guys felt this, but when you heard it was called the Neo, a lot of people were like, oh yeah, like Neo from the Matrix. I think the first connection I actually made was the Neo Geo for some reason.
Were you that? Okay, you were that.
Oh shit, you can play Metal Slug on this thing?
Yes.
Battletoads.
Okay, well, let's just skip all the tech talk.
Yeah,
Essentially, what it'll boil down to is they're hoping that the Neo is going to produce higher frame rates, more stable frame rates, increased graphical fidelity, and additional graphic features. There has been a mandate sent out apparently to all developers that any games that are released post-September 2016 are going to have to include 2 modes to be able to run the game in. Basically, the core mode, which all PS4s can run on, and the Neo mode, which the new PS4s can run on, which basically makes the game run at a more solid frame rate, maybe a higher frame rate, has a higher graphical fidelity, and they're going to allow developers the option to retroactively update their games to have a Neo mode, but apparently the word is from September forward, all games released on the PS4 have to have these 2 separate modes for the new console can run and the original console, because they said specifically they're never going to release, not said specifically in this leaked report. So take that with whatever you want.
Yeah, take that.
What are you saying?
They're not going to split the user base like do stuff like the Nintendo's doing with the new 3DS. There's not going to be exclusive to the PS4 Neo. Shit like
so
that.
what are you saying, Armstrong? I can dodge bullets?
You can play like Superman.
Is you're going to have a lot of Jesus metaphors?
It's basically going to be a better system for the rumored price is $400.
Oh, so you're saying that when the time comes, I won't have to dodge bullets? Okay.
Armstrong just wants to kill Swede right now.
I want to kill all of you.
I only made the one reference, okay?
Hey, at least I agreed with you on the fucking Neo Geo thing.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Hey, you remember that one time you said you liked cheddar cheese, and I was like, me too. You should totally let me off the hook, man.
Remember when you said that your mom's name was Martha? Yeah.
Oh boy.
Now,
Jesus.
I don't remember, nowhere in the report has it actually confirmed that, because one of the rumors going around was that it was going to be, a PlayStation 4 that was going to be used for 4K televisions and shit like that. None of the leaks talked about that, right?
No, they mentioned that it will be capable of producing 4K images.
Because we definitely talked about this, but I've been talking to more people, and the more we talk about it, the more that seems highly unlikely that that's what it's going to do.
Yeah.
Because I think, as someone else was pointing out, barely any computers can even run at 4K.
I think what it probably means is you'll be able to use it on your 4K TVs without it having to stretch it out or anything. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off right here. I don't know shit about PCs or anything.
Yeah, let's be honest. Yeah, most of us don't know a damn thing when it comes to hard drives or hardware or anything like that. So, at best, we're making educated guesses of everything, really, when it comes to the hardware or software or anywhere.
It seems like kind of a shitty move on Sony's part. You might disagree with me, but
I don't disagree with you, but if they do a thing like they did the last time, what was it? GameStop did a thing where it's if you trade in your PS3 or Xbox 360, then you get $100 off and everything. If they do a thing where it's you get $200 off or whatever, I'd be okay, that's more agreeable.
I think it just seems like such a waste of money then.
How?
On Sony's part. Because you have a number of these inferior products that really... What, are they just going to get thrown away?
No, they're just
most likely what they'll
price.
do is they'll just cut the price significantally.
Do you know how many fucking of the base model Xbox 360s Microsoft was still selling?
Until yesterday.
Even after the Slim and the Elite came out? The one that didn't even have a hard drive?
Yeah, loads.
People will still fucking buy it, though it's not as good.
But the difference between the Slim and the Elite is they're all essentially the same console, whereas this is a more powerful, jumped up version of a PS4 with better performance and output and display and graphical fidelity.
I think the difference is it's not. Yeah, there's improvements to it, but much in the same way that there was the PS3 Slim, which had some improvements over the PS3 Fat, that was the classic. But it was still the same system, and it's the same deal here.
Yeah.
They're making a lot of improvements, but it's still the same system at the end of the day.
Right, like they said, it's not gonna, like the report said at least, there's not gonna be anything that's exclusive to the system.
Yeah.
It's just gonna run things more smoothly. Like my original Xbox 360 was struggling to play Halo Reach and Mass Effect 3. Like that's pretty much the thing that was killing my system. And when I got the Xbox 360 Slim, it was running it fine. Does that mean the other systems are inferior? Yes. But they could still run the games, however the fact that they were struggling to do it.
Right.
The games will still work, they just won't run as smoothly or look as good, which is, I don't think anyone's going to complain. I mean, if you're paying $200 or $250 or $300 for something, you shouldn't complain that it doesn't run as smooth as the thing that costs $400 or more. Because you know what you were doing when you bought it.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that Microsoft's going to counter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because they've been throwing around the what was it? It wasn't the Next, was it?
Uh-huh.
The Xbox Next? Was that because there was a leaked document, I think, that might have said something about it.
You know what you're talking about? And there is some sort of system that, I heard like the subtitle Next apply to it.
You're
I'm not sure
the
if it was-
NX for Nintendo?
No, but it was on some guy's like LinkedIn resume.
I haven't heard of this.
And then he might have come out and said that was one of the ideas they were just throwing it around. You know?
Alright.
Hopefully it's got a better name than the Xbox One.
Yeah, the X-Bone.
The X-Bone. I like the name X-Bone myself, but
If they called it the X-Bone, I'm totally on board with it.
but it had to be in the shape of a bone, though.
It should be in the shape of a skull. It's the X-Bone, yo!
We partnered
Talk about
with Anac,
Doritos.
this vodka making company. Oh boy. Okay.
Actually, I was going to say,
Prime.
Swede brought it up, but yeah, the Microsoft has discontinued making the Xbox 360.
Oh yeah, I guess that is a better thing to talk about.
Surprise.
What were you going to talk about?
Oh, just Metro Prime's Federation Force has a release date, but nobody cares.
Yeah. They stopped production. But
Told those little Asian children to stop worrying themselves about
now
making
you
outdated
get to work on
consoles.
the X-Bone.
Sweet, they were proud of their work, okay? You took jobs away from them.
Well, I'm sorry. My white guilt.
You took jobs from hardworking 6-year-olds.
Child labor laws are ruining this.
Hey, you're 6 years old and already have jobs. Those are hardworking individuals right there, okay?
How
Those-
else are we supposed to get our hands into there? We need their tiny fingers.
That basically was the plot of fucking Snowpiercer, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Why couldn't you design a machine that didn't have to do this? I don't know.
Oh no, I didn't think that far in advance.
Why didn't you design just a single base that had unlimited energy? I really like trains.
Trains, yeah.
Why don't we just grow plants instead of having to have bugs?
You want to fucking know why? Because I'm Ed Harris and I do what the fuck I want.
I'm gonna eat my shitty steak right now.
I think it would have been quite funny if just randomly Ed Harris just talks about, oh yeah, there's one time before all this apocalyptic shit, I had a TV show where we monitored some guy in like a fake village. It was really great.
Oh.
And then Jim Carrey shows up in a post credits.
Last second. Yeah.
He's finally broken down. It's like, fuck it, I'll take the goddamn, fake civilization over this.
So just because they're shutting down production of the Xbox 360, they're still going to support Xbox Live for the time being. They're still going to support, if your shit breaks, you can still call their support number. And they're basically, they're not going to make any more, and they're not going to make any more of the accessories or anything, but you'll still be able to find the stuff and buy it.
Yeah, it's actually really made me quite sad that they're not going to do the HD DVD anymore.
Do they still even make HD DVDs?
No, they discontinued it years ago, 2000. I don't know, 2010 maybe.
I think once the support for HD DVDs went down, it's I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
What a stupid idea.
The thing is, though, is that much like
Morons.
okay, but the thing is, much like how Betamax was technically superior to VHS, HD DVD was technically superior to Blu-ray. But no one wanted to fucking use HD DVD. More importantly, porn companies didn't want to use HD DVDs.
Why?
Because Blu-ray was simpler for them.
Okay.
Live by the porn, die by the porn.
And it's actually the exact same reason why VHS became popular. That and also the fact that, like, Blu-ray players were significantly cheaper than things that played HD DVDs.
Yeah, it was a difficult process. Are we done with all that crap?
Well, there is the one other story that Ryan was mentioning before about Amazon.
Well, there was also one more thing I have before we get into that.
And then there was another thing, and then I think we're done.
Okay. The CEO of Platinum Games, Tetsuya Minami, has stepped down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they say who's going to take over for him?
Yes. Kenichi Sato was appointed his successor.
All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And also, apparently, Shigo Tabira and a guy named Asushi Inaba has also joined as directors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what their credentials are, so...
Or what it means for Platinum going forward. It's just a shake-up.
Yeah. Yeah, just one of those things that happens. Okay, yeah. So apparently Amazon was making. I think they changed it now.
They have officially changed it now.
They have changed now. Okay, so but before they were making it so some games were exclusive for Amazon Prime account subscribers.
Well, okay, what they were doing, and there is some half logic to this if they gave a better reason for it, where it wasn't that you could... Okay, so for instance, there are only a few games affected by it. It was Grand Theft Auto 5, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, one of the Battlefield games, or Battlefront, one of those two. Far Cry 4 Primal, I think. And it was the PS4 versions of some of these games as well. There is a more extensive list. It wasn't that Amazon wouldn't allow you to buy them. Instead, what Amazon would do would be, if the game was being sold by another retailer, then Amazon would show you that option. However, if the product was being sold by Amazon, or you tried to access the product link where Amazon would be the one that had the item and would also do the shipping for it, they would instead have a message that would say, this item is only available to Prime users. Now, I can say for a fact, earlier in the month, I had last year I had applied for an Amazon Prime membership just for the trial period, just to see what it's like. Didn't bother continuing it in part because I don't have access, like, in Canada, you don't have access to any of the streaming services that you get with Amazon Prime, so what's the point, really? But then I went to go buy something earlier in the month, and they were saying, oh yeah, by the way, try out another free trial. It's like, okay, this is a bit strange. What most people suspect they were hoping to do was you would sign up for the free trial, then forget about it, and then when the trial period ends, just get charged for the year. The thing is that this plan of like, oh yeah, we're only limiting games to Prime members would make sense if the game in question was in limited stock. Mm-hmm. So for instance, it's like, okay, we have this game in stock, but we have limited quantities of it. Makes sense that you prioritize your stock for your Prime members, except that didn't seem to be the case. It seemed like they had enough stock to sell to other people. They just wanted to get people in on the Prime action. And they've even done it in other categories on Amazon where there even are, if I remember correctly, Prime exclusive products. But in this case, there was a big enough, stink about it that Amazon was like, okay, we'll take that off the plan for now. We're going to change it back.
Got it.
Wait, so they've already reversed it?
I believe so, yeah. Because I was reading a report somewhere they were saying, we're reversing the decision.
Right, because it's like they released the whole... Earlier, was it last year they announced that if you have Prime, you'll get $12 off on buying new games anyway?
This is the first time I'm hearing about, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was something they were going to advertise.
Well, yeah, that was like something they were promoting, and it's like that's the thing to get people to buy your service. Not and also if you don't have us, you have to go through. You'll be buying it from a third party, not from us, because fuck you.
Yeah,
it's like that's not like the first thing is will make people go, oh shit, I want to get Prime. Not people going, oh, if I don't have Prime, I can't get it. I can't buy it directly from Amazon. Oh, I better get Prime then. It's like no, that's not the way to entice people to get your product.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I got like 3 more things.
Okay.
2 of them are very short. The one is the PT thing, and then actually all 3 of them are short. So I'll do Dark Souls 1. So apparently Dark Souls 3 PC users are experiencing bans for false cheating reports. And this is actually affecting a whole wide range of players, and some of them report that they get this ban notice after getting a crash or an internet disconnection, while others are saying they just received one just opening the game for the very first time.
See, this is more and more proof that the PC is the inferior gaming platform.
I didn't say it.
See, it's funny that the people who do that shit are console players.
Yeah,
they're the ones that get a dick in their ass every time we're talking about it.
Yeah,
whoa.
The PC folks I talk to are all like, oh yeah, I just had 1 second slow down here. Oh, I bet that wouldn't happen if you had a great.
See, you're talking to the wrong fucking people.
You could probably get a good PC for like $50. You're just doing it wrong, bro.
See, you're talking to the wrong fucking people then.
You could build a Titan for $120.
And that's a lie. That's a lie if they're saying that.
Look, PC gamers are ultimately the master race, but you know what happened? The Nazis lost World War II, so.
Oh, that's true.
That's because they didn't uncover the masks, and they didn't get the.
What?
The Red Sea.
What are you talking about? Okay, what are you talking? It would have been easier if you made it like an Ark of the Covenant joke or something.
I was trying to make a JoJo reference.
Yeah, you should have just gone for Ark of the Covenant.
Well, their first problem was messing with fucking men and stone pillars in the first place. Really, I mean, come on.
Seriously, if their name is the Pillar Men, you should probably leave them in the pillars.
Okay.
I do like the idea that in that universe, it's like Hitler's zombie army. Nah, that's stupid. Vampire army. Now you're getting somewhere.
Okay, so anyway, back to it. So apparently some people have even gone to wiping the save data, but it still does not work. The problem still persists, so no one really knows what's happening.
Now, out of curiosity, are these people that are actually like, oh, that sucks, yeah, I'm being locked out, or is it actual PvP cheaters where it's like, what wasn't my fucking fault? From made a broken game. Fix the game from.
This is coming from people who just opened the game for the first time.
Okay, but Brian, my question is if it's documented, not just some dumb shit going to Twitter and saying it.
I don't know how to respond when clearly I just fucking say. I don't know. There are probably people who are saying it. Yeah, some of them.
Okay, Brian. What I'm asking is there documented evidence of this besides someone just simply, oh yeah, by the way, this happened to me?
No, apparently there is.
To use an old adage, pics or it didn't happen.
No, apparently there was a post from the Bandai Namco forums who actually showed, hey, this has been happening, and we need help.
Okay, that was my question.
Sorry, sorry about that. And then I got, the Persona 5 thing, where apparently this, by the time that it was launched, it was 316 hours. And apparently it's going to expire on May 5th. No one knows what the fuck it's going to do, but...
Wait, what?
Yeah.
It's a countdown thing.
Yeah, it's a countdown that showed up on the Persona 5 website. And
when was the last time there was an official, real countdown?
I don't know. I think the last one was for, the HD remake for System Shock?
Most likely what this countdown is going to be for is either, doubt they would go this far for a goddamn trailer.
Oh, no.
That seems like a bit much. Probably like news of like a major collector's edition or like even just like sorry?
Or a release date?
For the
I already
Western.
have a release date.
For Persona 5?
For the Japanese one, but for the Western release, I don't think so.
I think they did. Because the whole thing was like it was going to come out around the same time that Final Fantasy 15 was initially scheduled to come out.
No, they said it was summer.
Now, I'm looking at it here, and it's like, while Persona 5 is set for a Japanese release sometime this summer, the release is expected this year, but has not been said.
Yeah. Still nothing.
Yeah. So, I'm thinking once this countdown hits, what is it, May 5th? So, a week from after we release this. It's either, it's going to be a collector's edition, or it's going to be, hey, this is when it's coming out for the Western release. Or it'll be both. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
We done?
Yeah, pretty much. I was thinking about the PT thing, but
Yeah, sure, go. Just quick.
Okay, fuck it. So for those people that downloaded PT in the first place, there's this thing, I've never seen this site before. I've never, but this is from, from Kotaku, and it's a site called Wololo, and it's basically telling you, hey, this is how you get Okay, Rick. What are you saying?
Are you serious? I thought we were just going with old internet things.
That I did, I don't know that one. So apparently there's a method for you to get the PT demo, and it's apparently on the PS4. You go to the network settings, set up an internet connection, use LAN or Wi-Fi, and then go custom, automatic, don't specify, and then automatic twice. And then that means you're on the proxy screen, so you choose use, type your proxy IP address with a thing called port 808, and then you complete the network setting. Then you go to PT on the PS4, going to download on the PS4, you go to download notification, and if the download error is there, then press options, then delete. If it's not there, you're okay. And then you go to library, choose PT, and you download it. And then you have PT on your computer. There's a thing for the Windows PC, I don't know. Oh, that. Leak spin, okay. That thing.
Good lord.
I don't know.
I think that's been my catchphrase for this podcast is good lord.
The Good Lord podcast?
See, the more we're going on, the more I'm convinced Ryan is one of those fucking scrubs that discovered the internet like 6 years ago.
leak spin. Yeah. No, I've seen that. Right.
Yeah.
I don't obsess over fucking memes. I don't... It's like, okay, who cares? Fuck it.
You don't even have to obsess over it to know that's a thing, man.
Okay.
So we're starting the podcast with Superfast Jellyfish, and we're ending it with leak spin, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, now we're talking about Hatsune Miku?
It's more fucking leak spin, you dick.
So yeah, that's if you want PT, if you want to re-download it or if you lost it or whatever. I'm also gonna try and post the news article on here on the comment section or whatever, and yeah. And then that's pretty much it. Does anyone else have anything?
No, I'm gonna go watch Leak Spin for 10 hours.
Jesus Christ.
I have to leave soon to go to a dinner, but that's about it.
Oh.
Ryan, swear to fucking Christ.
You see, I just did that to piss him off.
One more time, Ryan. Bang, zoom, straight to the third moon of Omicron Persei I-8.